What's going on, guys? Well, today's video, we're talking about this hat a little bit here. This pretty sweet bomber hat. I got this hat over a year ago. I got it from a Gander Mountain. I had a gift certificate that someone gave me as a present, and I get ammo sometimes at Gander Mountain, but a lot of the stuff is a little overpriced, so I don't buy knives or gear or anything like that there. They do have an awesome fishing selection, so sometimes I'll get lures, but anyway, besides the point. I saw this hat, and I put it on as a goof. You know, I'm with my wife, and bomber hats always look goofy to me. But I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this on and give her a good laugh, right? And I put it on, and immediately I thought, God damn, this is warm. This is a warm hat. But it's a little goofy looking. You know, on the right person it looks good, but on me it's a little goofy. And it's even more goofy if I connect the chin strap here. But I'll tell you what, this is really warm. Really warm. So, we have a situation where we have function over form. Right? Now, some people may look at this and say, hey, Jeff, you look fine. Looks great. And some people will say, no, you look like a goofball. Now, the purpose of me making this video and even talking about this to begin with is I want to relay a message out there, and especially to the youth, you know, the teenagers watching, the kids watching, but there's definitely some adults out there that should hear this too. And that is, and here's my big message, in order to enjoy life more, you should really care what people think of you a little bit less. Now, it's unreasonable to tell someone, you know, not to care what people think. As human beings, we all care what people think of us. Even if it's not strangers, we care what our loved ones think of us, we care what our family thinks of us. But oftentimes you care what strangers think of you. Even just going to the store. You know, some people have a little bit more pride in themselves, and when they go to the store, you're not gonna walk in, even to a Walmart or something like that. You're not gonna walk in with a big stain in your shirt, or a rip in your pants, you know, or super dirty shoes or something, you know. You have an awareness of yourself and how you present yourself to others, and you want other people to respect you and not look down upon you. It's just a human characteristic. It's something we all do. You may not even think of it. It's not something that a lot of people consciously think of, you know. But when you leave the house, for most people, it's like, am I presentable? You know what I mean? Do I look okay? Could be something as simple as, are my clothes too tight? You know, or just people don't want to look ridiculous to strangers. And it's just that natural need to fit in. But some people just, you know, they worry too much about it. Okay, and from my life experience, I can tell you, when I was a kid and well into schooling years, high school, of course, high school, you care so much about what people think of you. And it matters. And you actually go out of your way, and a lot of things you do in life is to impress other people. And it's so unnecessary. It really is a waste of time. Now, I'm not saying, you know, go out and, you know, wear your pajamas to school or, you know, not completely care, but my message is to care just a little bit less, because it really doesn't mean as much as, for example, if you're in school, getting the education that you're there to do, you know, it's just not that important. Now, right now, I'm a married man, and I think it should be no surprise that if you're single, you care a little extra about what people think of you, because you're obviously trying to find a woman, or in you know, maybe the case of a woman, you're trying to find a guy, or whatever. You're trying to find, you know, a lover. You're trying to find a companion, a partner. And that's where it probably hits most people, especially when you're single and you're like either a late teen or an early adult or whatever. That's when you're really trying to impress people, okay? And I get that. It makes sense. But as a married man, I feel so much relief in general. Because I don't really care what people think of me as much. It'll never go away. I'll always want to be a little presentable. I don't want people to look at me and think I'm a slob, or look at me and think I'm dumb, or, you know, things like that. It is natural to want to impress people, even strangers. It's just weird, but we all do it. But as an adult, and a married man specifically, I just don't care as much. So I'll wear hats like this, you know, and it just doesn't bother me that people don't like it. Does that make sense? It's such a relief. It's one less thing to worry about in life, and life is so chock full of things to worry about. Worrying a little bit less is a good thing. So I want to turn the camera on today and make this video and talk about my goofy hat, and I'm proud of my goofy hat. You know, and if someone looks at me and thinks, wow, that guy's an idiot, or that guy's stupid, or that guy looks dumb, and I'm sure when I'm in public, and I don't always wear this, I wear a variety of hats. I wear beanies. I have a beanie with like a brim in it. You guys probably seen a video. I wear baseball hats, you know, sometimes. Sometimes I don't wear a hat. But people are always judging you, you know, and I think I've said this before too, like if I'm at a store and I'm judging someone, I always think the same thing. Like if someone walks by and I think, wow, and then fill in the blank, you know what I mean? We all judge people, but, you know, maybe you say it to your girlfriend or your wife. Maybe you don't. Maybe you keep it to yourself. But you're thinking something. Trust me, we all see people in public and we're thinking a lot of stuff. Wow, I can't believe they're wearing that. Wow, look what they look like. You know, crazy stuff. But immediately after judging someone in my mind, I always think someone else in that store is looking at me and doing the same thing. You know, so it makes me feel bad. And it's not something I purposely do. It just, we naturally judge people. It's what we do. We look at someone and we make an assessment of who they are and what they're like based on how they look. Now, someone may look at me like this, and I'm hoping that the assessment of this is that guy doesn't care what he looks like so much as he wants comfort. This is a very comfortable hat. And I just, you know, it may seem like a rambling type video, but I really wanted to relay the message, especially to the kids out there. It's just don't care so much, you know what I mean? Obviously, you want to fit in school and stuff like that, and you want to have friends, and I think having friends is important to have social interaction with people, you know what I mean? The kids that don't have friends, I mean, they're missing out, you know, but just don't put so much emphasis, so much priority on having certain friends that are cool, you know, or a certain amount of friends, or just trying to impress people. You know, trying to impress people is a waste of time. The only people's opinions you should really care about are your family and your real close friends, you know, and the people who love you and the people you love. Because more than likely they're looking out for your best interests, so their opinions are probably helping you. But yeah, just be yourself. You know, that's kind of the point here, is that it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter how you act. Someone out there will not like it and they will judge you, but who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? So if you want to go out and you want to rock a cool hat like I do, go for it. That's my message. Don't care so much what people think. You know, this is a comfortable ass hat. Okay, got a nice canvas on there. It's got these little ear flaps that are actually functional. There's like little, you know, space here for sound to travel in, so obviously you can hear fine with the hat on. But if the wind starts blowing and it starts getting cold, you can unhook this and put the flap down and hook it to the bottom button, and even with the chin strap on, just super cozy. So these days, as a married man and an older and maybe slightly wiser person, I care just a little bit less what people think of me. And it feels great. It really does. I have a freedom I didn't have in my youth. All through high school, I cared way too much what people thought of me. You know what I mean? And I never really fit in any certain group. I was friends with everyone, but like for example, I'd go through phases. I'd hang out with the jocks for, you know, a couple weeks or a couple months, you know, and then I'd make a friend like in the goth group, and I'd hang out with the goth kids. You know, and then it would be the nerdy kids, and it'd be, you know, this group, that group, whatever. But throughout my entire career in high school, I never quite fit in with anyone. I was my own person. And I never really tried to be anyone else either. When I was hanging out with the jocks, I didn't throw on a leather jacket and start throwing a football around pretending that I'm a jock, because I wasn't. I certainly wasn't a jock in high school. When I was hanging out with the goth kids, I wasn't, you know, looking like I was goth. I was just me in that group. And you could do that. That's my whole point, really. You could be yourself, you know, and don't ever be afraid to be yourself, because everyone's wonderful in their own way, and you have to surround yourself with people who think like you and act like you and can appreciate who you are, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to give that message to the young viewers out there, and like I said, maybe some of the adults that are still trying very hard to impress their neighbors, you know, impress their co-workers, you know, and impress their family for some reason. No reason to. Anyway, a little bit of a ramble, but I wanted to get across the important, in my opinion, the important message of just be yourself. Be yourself, and if someone doesn't like it, screw them. You know what I mean? And if you have a friend who doesn't like you for who you are, that's not your friend. Okay, find some new friends. So there you go. Hopefully the advice was helpful. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.